We just had quite possibly the most stacked tournament of all time happen with the Ludwig Invitational. Every set that happened could have easily been in the top 16 of a major tournament, and a lot of them happened on a side stream with 4 games going at the same time with a fraction of the live views compared to the main stream. So we're going to go over some of the banger sets that you missed from the Ludwig Invitational. Quick disclaimer, there were so many good sets that if I talked about them all at length, we'd probably be here for years. So these are some of my personal favourites. First up, we're starting with some nice EU bias. Pipsqueak Vs Ginger was one of the first sets shown on stream for the tournament, and oh boy, what a banger. Game 1 was a dominant game from Ginger, hitting some incredible strings and clearly strutting his confidence with the combo game in the matchup. Pip counterpicks to FD, however this seemed to just play into the terrifying combo game Ginger was displaying, and led to another game that just looked so out of Pip's control. Even as an EU resident and Pip fan, I thought this looked doomed. This only got reinforced when Ginger came out swinging for the 3rd time in a row, taking a full stock lead on Pip with his 2nd. But at this moment, something seemed to change. Whether the nerves got to Ginger, or Pip just locked in, I don't know. But Pip started spacing incredibly well around Ginger's moves, and his punish game suddenly came online as he was spot on with the tech chases from this point on. Along with some dropped combos from Ginger, Pip was able to take game 3 and keep himself in it. Game 4, Ginger once again just gets the bat out and smashes it over Fox's head.
Back to it.
But this time, Pip answers. After a complete slobber knocker, Pip gets game 4 with a clean stock. On the precipice of getting reverse 3-0'd, Ginger started this game as he had every other, with a huge combo to take a clean stock lead. This game, however, they would go blow for blow, stock after stock, in true Fox Falco fashion, messing each other up. Last stock would be just as insane, both hitting 100+%, with both hitting combos that felt like they should kill. In the end, Pip hits a tomahawk up tilt to close out an immense game 5. Definitely one of the most memorable back and forth Falco Fox sets I've seen this year. Ginger's very next set after this would actually see him in exactly the same position. With a very strong start versus Salt, he placed himself in a 2-0 position. But Salt would come storming back to take it to a reverse 3-0 position at 2-2. But this time Ginger would end up stopping the momentum just before he got a little bit too salty. Thank you very much. And after this, Ginger just kept it up with banger sets. Can you tell I play Falco? He also had an amazing set with Fiction, where the two traded games back and forth, as the two methodical Falcos clashed with some insane game endings, leading to an unfortunately a little bit less nail-biting game 5, as Fiction convincingly closed out the game. Soonsay would play Lucky in a classic Fox Ditto, where the game could turn on its head at any time. Soonsay going up 2-0 in a very close 2 games, and Lucky looking like he was about to make the second reverse sweep of the day. But Soonsay was able to steal the tempo back in game 5 with a big combo on the second stock, and carry that momentum through to win the set. Both these players would also end up getting eliminated from the Swiss pools at 2-3, showing just how level they were playing on that day. While Pip was out there getting his first huge win, there was a set going on the side stream that really tickled my nostalgia for some reason that I can't really describe, and that was Shroomed Vs Lucky. While I say I can't describe it, I can try my absolute best. I think it was something about the players. Seeing Shroomed back in the fray with his style of untraditional tech chasing and somehow making it work, versus Lucky, another very familiar face, still trying his best to hang with the new kids. And these two have an absolutely whole W type playstyle. And their punish, well, and this set went the whole distance to a game 5. Honestly, check it out, it's some great fun and it just puts a smile on my face to watch these two. To give you an idea of how insane this side stream was, these 3 sets were all going on at the same time on the same screen, which is insane. I had no idea where I should be looking. All 3 of them were bangers that all went the distance. So first up, Magi Vs Franzy. It was a huge joy. As much as I hate playing against this little dude, watching Doc is great to see at high level, and Magi is one of the most entertaining Falcos out there, with her bordering insane decision tree in the punish. And while she was a lot more reserved and neutral in this set, she still managed to bring it to a 2-0. And I can't believe I'm saying this again, Franzy looked set to somehow claw this back as a reverse 3-0 after an amazing comeback on game 4. However, Magi locked it down and played extremely disciplined to not give Franz the same opening she did in Game 4, and she ended up taking the set 3-2. The second game going on was Null Vs None. Null made it in through the last chance qualifiers, so any win he were to get here would be considered an upset, and he started off great, free-stocking None in Game 1. After that wake-up call, None turned this into an action-packed set, taking 2 games straight. Null would make a great comeback on Game 4, and Game 5 would be a back-and-forth 1-for-1 that would end with a huge string from Null to close out the set and make this great upset. This would be Null's only set win in Swiss, but man, what a great one. He also showed great potential in other sets, only barely losing to Llod after going up 2-0, and then getting hit with the reverse 3-0. Jeez, how many times did this happen this tournament? I didn't realize till writing this. Lord. And the third, well, I mean, does Jmook vs Wizzrobe really need an intro? Everyone was excited to see Wizzy at the event, and to see how he stacked up against the newest player at the top level of Melee in Jmook, and see if he was still up there with the best even after his inactivity. Well, Wizzy takes Game 1 going to last stock. Jmook takes Game 2. Wizzy takes Game 3 going to last stock. Jmook takes Game 4 going to last stock. And then Game 5 goes to last stock. And after an insanely intense exchange of close neutral interactions, Jmook would take the set 3-2. He came off that set and apparently said it was the best he tech chased in his entire life, and Wizzy still took it that close. So I don't think there's any doubt left as to where Wizzy was after that. There are 2 more sets I want to bring up quickly as well. Spark vs Slug, while not my cup of tea, if you're into that type of matchup, I would highly recommend giving it a watch, where Spark drew the absolute most he could out of Sheik's tools in that matchup, and Slug showed just how best to deal with that type of Sheik in a brutal Game 5 set. And the last set I want to briefly talk about was from the last chance qualifier, where everyone was talking about Shroomed's incredible qualifying run, but all they don't talk about is his set versus solo battle, which could have very easily gone the other way. It was an amazing set, and in Game 3, Solobattle made an amazing comeback that should have resulted in a 2-1 lead. However, yeah man. And again, sometimes Melee lies. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Seriously, go give some of these sets a watch if you missed them. They were all incredible. And if you didn't check out the second stream at all, you missed some incredible sets that I didn't end up talking about, like hungrybox Magi, which nearly changed the whole course of the tournament. Subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, look at these numbers. Sort it out, gang. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks to Aiden and the team for a great event. I can't wait for the next one.